All right, everybody, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. A great discussion we're having here on Relationship Tuesday. Now we want to dive into dealing with workaholic spouses. And a question actually already came in as we began during the last segment, and I'm going to be reading it again. But with me in studio now, I have Jane Kuria, who's a marriage and family therapist. Karibu tana to the show.
Thanks.
And, you know, this is the age in which this is the city that doesn't sleep. Nairobi is busy all the time. People are really held up with their work and their careers and everything else that they're pursuing. And we're finding that a lot of couples now actually just don't have time for each other. It's almost like the house is just becoming a place where you just come to sleep and shower
And go.
and go.
Yeah.
And so there was a question here that had come in. We're just going to get straight into it, Jane. But
Okay.
someone here had said, "Good morning, Joyce. I've been married for 4 years now, and for the last 3 years, my husband amekuwa akikana simu the whole night. Analala 6 a.m. asubuhi. Nimejaribu kuteta hasikii. Until now, hajawai change." And this lady is saying that she's tired. When you hear a situation like this, all the way until 6 a.m. in the morning.
I mean, come on. Like 6 a.m. in the morning. How much sleep are you getting? Almost zero. If you've had your phone all night and it's 6 a.m., you're supposed to be asleep at least a minimum of 6 hours. And this woman is frustrated. And she has a right to be frustrated because if you're having a relationship with your phone, then what's the point of me being there if that's what's a priority to you? Yeah, I get it. It's frustrating. Not even getting enough sleep
Yeah.
can add to that stress because when you don't get enough sleep, Joyce, would you be able to do much when you
Sure.
come to work?
Sure.
Really, not much.
Yeah.
And even the relationship, how relaxed or how sane will your mind be if you haven't had enough sleep?
Yeah. And you know what? For me, like, my mind would be racing. Why are you on the phone until 6 a.m.? I mean, surely, who are you talking to?
That's
that would be
having an
that-
affair with your phone, like,
Who are
really.
you talking to? Or
Yeah.
what are you watching on your phone that you're on the phone that long? It can be very disturbing.
Is that related to work?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know. And why are they on the phone? Is it work related?
At
Is
those
it-
hours.
Yeah. What is it about?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like there's a deeper issue there.
There is, because I mean, that can't be work. Yeah.
So, okay, let's not judge everybody who's working hard, because there's certainly a difference between working hard and being a workaholic.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that, and how do you know to strike that balance, or to say, you know what, this is okay. He's picking up extra hours. He's working hard for us, versus no, this is now a situation that we need to get under control.
There's a big difference between workaholics and those people who work hard. Workaholics, they really, they're so obsessed with their work. They spend a lot of time, whether at work physically or at home. It's always about work in their minds. Maybe they catch up with emails, they call people. They feel like if they're not working, something will go wrong. In fact, they feel anxious when they're not working. Those people who work hard, they know how to balance. They know how to prioritize their family, their relationships, and other things.
Yeah.
So they're able to spend time with their family and work at the same time. But the workaholics, it's all about work.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing then, you know, with those who are working hard, is you also need to learn to build in breaks, right? Because there's some people like, mnataka kwenda family vacation, hamwezi, juu huyu bado is still working. They never take leave. They never ask for time off. Is that a fair expectation to put, you know, on your spouse, that, hey, take some time off, just to stay at home or take us somewhere?
Yes. In fact, I remember one time a woman came to me and told me, "Jane, I'm sick and tired of my husband giving me leftovers of his time because he's prioritizing everything else but us. We feel neglected, we feel lonely, we feel like we don't matter anymore." And, you know, I encourage people, if you're dealing with a workaholic spouse, do not enable their behavior. Because what people do sometimes is that when he comes home so late or she comes home so late, they hold on having dinner at a certain time because they're waiting for them to come home. So if they come home late, that means the kids will sleep late.
Wow.
And they'll have dinner late.
Yeah.
Because they are waiting for this person. And if they come at 10, are the kids going to bed at 10?
Yeah.
So it's good to understand that life still has to go on. You still have to prioritize things that matter
Yeah.
as they work on their workaholic problem.
Okay.
Because it really affects the families so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, someone here says, "Hey Joyce, I'm Sanya. I'm new to the show. Hey, karibu sana. Welcome to the party. And you're enjoying the discussion a whole lot, actually. And you're glued to your TV, something unusual with me. Well, my dear, we're here every day, Monday to Friday, from 8 to 10 a.m. Fantastic conversations all the way through. So karibu sana to the family. And anybody else who's watching this show for the first time today, do let me know. I want to give you a shout out, okay? 22999. But another question here. Hello, Joyce. Thanks for bringing up this topic. I'm dating a guy and we have a baby, 8 months old. Lately, he's been drinking so much, he doesn't come home early as he used to. And whenever I ask him, he says it's pressure from work. The good thing is he's providing for them, but he says this drinking and coming home late thing is the issue now. And she's wondering if he could possibly be seeing someone else, although she doesn't necessarily have any direct suspicions, any influence from his friends. So, again, different people deal with the pressures of their workplace differently.
It's true.
But here is someone who's a new father, and you're out in the bars with your friends while your wife and baby are at home, or your girlfriend and baby are at home.
It's about time she addressed it with him directly. Find time when he's sober, because you cannot address an issue with a drunkard or someone who is under influence of something, because their thinking is not very good. Find time, talk about it. Let him know how you feel about his behavior and how it's affecting your family. Because speculation sometimes may not give you answers, like thinking he's cheating, thinking he's having a lot of pressure from work. Talk it out.
Yeah.
Express how you feel about his behavior and the changes that you have seen, so that you can get the help that you need.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question here, also on our SMS line. Hey Joyce, I'm Melvin from Mombasa. I'm a soccer agent and I usually travel to different countries all over the world. I have a girlfriend in Slovakia and she's always complaining about the trips. It's really affecting my relationship. Please tell me what to do. So this is kind of mixed in there with long distance as well.
Yeah.
So work plus long distance, that's a struggle.
It is a struggle. I mean, I always recommend talking it out. Let them know how this is all affecting you and see where you can cut back, how you can schedule time to catch up with each other because of maybe time difference. When someone is in another country, there is always that time difference. Discuss. I feel this is affecting our relationship and I feel like I'm losing you each passing day and our relationship is suffering. What can we do to adjust our lifestyle, or what can we do better to improve how we are relating with one another? Because at the end of the day, you don't really know if this person is slowly done with this relationship and you're hanging in there thinking they still care for you and you really want to work it out. Because it's a team effort. Both of you have to be willing to work it together, compromise a few things here and there, so that you can really connect the way you're supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we talk about workaholism, it's at the end of the day, you kind of have to ask yourself, is this about money, or is this about self-worth and self-actualization of whatever career or path you envision for yourself? And specifically, I'm thinking about when a partner has such an intense job, and they're providing for you and your family, but they have such an intense job, you don't see them, it's clearly affecting your relationship. Is it ever okay to ask them to consider taking another job? Understanding, though, it might affect your finances, it might affect, something else. But, do conversations need to get to that point?
They do, definitely. You should not shy away from these tough discussions, because what does it benefit you to build such a beautiful home or to have such a luxurious job and to work so many hours but lose the very family you're working hard for? Because it's good to understand what's the motivation, what's really driving you to do this work.
Yeah.
Is it because you feel some form of emptiness within you and you think that your job will give you that satisfaction?
Yeah.
Do you have unresolved issues that you think that the more you get accolades from work, the more you get recognition, the more longer hours you work,
Yeah.
maybe the more acceptance you will get? What is really motivating you to do that? Workaholism is a bigger issue that needs to be addressed. But there's a difference between working hard, whereby it's temporarily, you know, there's a certain demand. Maybe it's the end of the quarter, you need to clear some things up from work, balance some math, whatever. But if it is an ongoing
Perennial.
year in, year out issue,
Yeah.
then that's deep.
Yeah.
That has to be taken care of.
Right.
Because you're going to lose your family.
Absolutely.
You're going to lose your friends.
Yeah.
And you know, at your job, at your workplace, they can easily replace you.
That's the thing. And
They
so
can.
I think it's because we always, or at least I always say here, you know, don't do bare minimum. So this isn't about just like, 4 o'clock imefika, ciao, I'm out. Or 5 o'clock imefika, kwaheri nimetoka. I mean, still do what you need to do
Yeah.
and go the extra mile where you can. But it's also about learning to prioritize. That is what life is. To me, living life successfully is understanding what you should prioritize and what you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And so, you know, your family should be one of your very first and core ministries. So not just saying that you're working and working and working.
Yeah.
Because it does, like you're saying, destabilize a lot of families.
Yes, it does.
Children who say that their dad will give them credit cards and money, but they never see them. So even the effect on children is great.
Yeah, studies show that kids who grow up with an alcoholic father, they are more prone to depression, to anxiety,
Yeah.
and other mental disorders.
Yeah.
So your presence as a father, your presence as a mother in the home, it is so important.
Absolutely.
That should really drive you to know that, yes, I need to work hard, because at the end of that, you have to provide for your family.
Yeah.
Because if you don't go to work, where is the food going to come from?
Yeah.
How are you going to pay rent?
Sure.
So work is important, because it feeds your family. But at the same time, you also need to understand the nurturing part of a parent, whereby your presence, helping them with homework, doing all the things that you're supposed to do as a father in the home or as a mother,
Right.
it is so important.
And as you said, you know, these jobs, they can fire you tomorrow, or you can be let go. Or if something happens to you, forget them even firing you. If something happens to you, here's the thing, you will be replaced tomorrow.
Oh, please. We have seen it all the
You're
time.
not indispensable.
Not at all. Not at all. So, you know, prioritize. Of course, work is important, but at the same time, find time to connect with your people.
Yeah.
Because even if you're fired and they know you really cared about them, they'll take care of you
Yeah.
as you go to the next job.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
make sure you've established your relationship with your family and your friends so that you have a place to go back to when
Exactly.
you don't have work.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jane Courier, thank you so much for joining us here on Full Circle with Joyce, and just talking about workaholic partners and spouses. Very important topic. Be there for the people that you love. Very, very key. And shout out to all of you who've been watching. Final shout outs here. Hey Joyce, I'm Emmy from Nax Vegas. You say this show is so educative. I'm single. You're 20 till 25 and now you're 21, so you're really being prepared with these talks. Asante sana for watching. And finally here, there's someone says, I'm Susan, watching the show for the very first time and I really enjoyed. Shout out to you too as well, Susan. Thank you for your company. I hope to see you back here tomorrow, you and everybody else, as we'll be back here from 8 a.m. for another episode of Full Circle with Joyce. And of course at 9 a.m. we'll be touching on health and wellness in our lifestyle hour. Until then, have yourselves a blessed day. I'll see you soon. God bless. Ciao.